All right, we're here in NAMM 2019. I'm Ugo, KUCR. We're here with,
Kevin, what's wrong?
and we're going to be talking about FL Studio for all you producers out there. Let's hear it. So, why don't you just give us a little bit of the backstory or history on FL Studio?
So ImageLine, the company that makes FL Studio, was a gaming company at first, and then a guy named Didier, he made a program to make his beats quicker, so that he wouldn't have to spend so much time composing. And he made it so that even he, who I guess he doesn't know music theory that well, or digital workstations that well, made it so that no matter how we wanted to think about music, that you were able to make it. So he spent his time making this program, and eventually other people were like, "Why don't you release it? Why don't you make it available for other people?" And he did. And now it's the 20th year anniversary. Now that we're in the 21st year, so we have FL 20.1.1 now, and it's probably the best bang for your buck audio workstation there is, and it's probably one of the deepest ones there is as well. And with plugins like Patcher, it's super deep, but then also using the step sequencer from FL Studio, it's the easiest one to learn.
So, if someone were to start out producing, would you recommend FL Studio as a digital audio workstation for them?
Yeah. So we were discussing earlier with some Grammy-winning producers that we had here earlier that do use FL Studio that it's not just a good tool for starting out, but also when you become a full-fledged producer. Because nowadays, even if you go to a full format console, you still find people who are using the computer, and they just write their computer to the console, back to the computer, you know. So they were asking me about that, and why is there no so much support in America? Because it's so popular over here, and what I believe is that there will be more supports, and there's going to be more people and more high-end users, because right now we're having that shift from electronic music to hip-hop, you know. So we're going to have more R&B singers, more singer-songwriters like we have here in LA, who are using it as well, because we've also optimized audio, and the audio is a lot better, a lot easier to record as well. Yeah.
So, you would recommend it more for like hip hop and R&B style production, or rather than dance style production?
It's that it was known for its electronic music composition, but now what I'm saying is that it's also available for those people who are worried about audio, who are scared about recording audio in FL. It's opening up those doors for them. So we're also having a lot of people from Avid, a lot of people who are using Logic, a lot of people are using Cubase, who are like coming over here now. They're like, how do I use this? Like, this is how you use it. It's a little bit different, but you can still use it in the traditional sense.
Okay. So, is recording audio on FL, is that a newer feature? Because I know that you were talking about people making the shift over to FL being afraid that they would have to sacrifice on recording quality.
Not recording quality, but the recording workflow. So before everything was based on audio clips. So you had audio clips, you had automation clips, and you had pattern clips. But now they shifted away from having just audio clips, but now there's also audio tracks. So you guys come over here, I can actually show you what I mean. Yeah.
So we have Kevin here, and he's going to give us a little tour of the workflow in FL Studio.
All right, so essentially you work with patterns, and you've always been working with patterns inside of FL Studio. So you see here that I have my MIDI and my melodies and whatnot, but the most recent updates have made us let us use audio a lot more extensively. So I'm going to show that really quick. I'm going to go down to a blank track. Let's go to track 118. I'm going to right click on it, send it to track mode, audio track, and find a track 118, link it, and I'm going to give it my input. So I'm going to get another microphone that I have over here, and I'm going to turn it on. Now what I'm going to do is record arm, press record, that's everything, and I'll start recording. Now you're going to see my voice being recorded here. Now this is a part where it's really going to kill. I'm not going to say kill. Let's edit that out. So this is the part where it's going to really enhance the experience recording in FL Studio. I can press pause, and there's my recording. There's my first take. Here's my second take, right? So it's going to group everything together, have everything nice and smooth in there. I'm going to pause it again. So there you go. We have 3 takes now. So let's say I prefer the first part of this take. So what I'll do is I'll just keep this first part, I'll get this middle, and I'll get this last portion of the take. Mute them, and I can have them inside my folder, neatly stored forever. And then once
So you can take all the tracks that you've recorded and then group them together and like basically edit all your different takes into each other.
Exactly. Yep. And that's something that was a little bit more difficult to do in previous versions, but now you can do it here and inside FL Studio 20.1.1. Yeah. On top of all the other good stuff with like making patterns, making crazy synths, putting pictures into FL Studio. You can also do that. Put pictures in there and spit them out as audio. Yeah. And spectral editing. A lot of people don't know this, but you can audio restore inside FL Studio. So, for example, if I'm recording a vocal and there's noise in my room, I can go to my vocal, double click on it and press Control E to open up my audio editor, which is called Edison. And right now it's in waveform view, but when I go to spectrum view, I can see every little detail about the vocal. You can see that there's hiss on top, so I'm going to go up here and select the noise, left click to acquire noise profile, press Control A, and left click on it to grab the noise, select my denoiser, give it a threshold and an amount of denoising, accept it. It's gonna run through the whole file, and bam, it took out the high end that was high end frequencies that were humming and ringing up there. And then if I grab the lower end of the spectrum, I can go ahead and remove those frequencies that are bugging me down here. With the linear phase EQ, just cut them right out. And they're gone. And this is important because when you actually play music in a club or in a big stadium, you're going to hear the low end messing with the kick drums, with the bass. But with this stuff, it will remove that. Yeah. And let's say you recorded something and it's clipped. You also have a declipper. So you can go up here. This vocal is not clipped, but you can. I'm just going to show you how to access the feature. Come up here. You select your threshold where it's clipping, and then accept, and it's going to be declipped. So you're going to see a square wave become a luscious curvy wave. Yeah.
So here we had Kevin showing us a little bit of an example on how FL Studio is actually a powerful tool for editing and also recording audio, as well as, you know, laying down your patterns and your synths and your tracks. We can see that FL Studio has evolved into a very serious and powerful digital audio workstation.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.